Mode here. Let's take a look at this Vienna game that I played. Shows a common idea that you'll find in a lot of Vienna games, and also it's a good example of why you should never resign a game. So I start e4, e5, knight c3, knight f6, typical Vienna stuff. We then play f4, and then he plays a move d6, which is fairly uncommon. I don't really see that one a lot. So I get the knight out to f3. He plays bishop to g4, and the best move, I kind of forget the lineup to here, but the best move is bishop to e2. But I play bishop to c4, which is okay. Um, he brings his bishop out, so I take the pawn here, and I find this common idea that happens a lot in the Vienna games. I sacrifice the bishop on f7 with check, and then king takes back. So then I take the pawn on e5 with check, and the king has to move, and I win that bishop, and I'm up 2 pawns after the exchange. Uh, he plays a normal developing move, and I figured I'm up material. Let's trade down, and then I castle. He gives a check, and I hide my king in the corner, and I'm perfectly safe here. At this point, I'm getting kind of lackadaisical. My opponent's taking forever to move. Like he spent 5 minutes on one move, so I'm kind of falling asleep here. Um, I play queen to f3, just figuring I get my queen out and maybe give a check here and see what happens. But wasn't really paying attention because he just has this move, knight to f5 or knight to e5, defending that square and attacking my queen. And he plays it. So then I play queen f4, and then he brings his rook out. Um, and again, I'm not really paying that much attention. So I just play a d3, think I'm going to get my bishop out. And I didn't see he had this move, rook f6. The problem with this move is if I get my queen out of the way, it's just checkmate. Um, so I'm kind of kicking myself a little bit because I had the winning position. Probably could have won that game easily, but I just fell asleep. So I just take the rook. And here at this point, I decide I'm just going to thug it out, see what happens. I get my knight in the center. He brings his knight there. Um, I bring the pawn up to h3 to get an escape square. So that way, if he goes check, then I got to go there. He doesn't have a discovered attack anymore. So he gives a check there. Bring my king up. And then he plays king g7, um, which I'm not really sure why. I should probably get one of his other pieces in the game. Then I try to kick the bishop out with c3. He gives a check. And I move to g1. Then he brings his bishop to g3, and I figure I'll take both those pieces. And now he's only up 1 point in material, but he still does have a queen, which is tough. Plays pawn to f5. So I bring my bishop out, just getting it developed, and he kicks my knight out. So I go uh, f4 with the knight, threatening to take that, also threatening to fork. So that's why playing king g7 was a mistake. Um, and he kind of gets tunnel vision here and just takes it. So now I'm back in the game. I win his queen, and he gives a couple checks. I try to get my king involved, and he takes. Now I'm going to take all his pawns. He plays rook to g2, so I just play the nice little move, rook g1, and if he takes, then I got a bishop, and it's a bishop and 3 pawns versus 2 pawns, and then he resigns here.